Madden Nation? Sgibs here for another exciting edition. It is not your den, it is not my den, but it is the Mad Den, a.k.a. the Laser Show, the internet's most passionate show about John Madden NFL 13, foosball, football, your American football. And I'm just checking my sound levels. I see they're okay. And this is show, actually it says 249, but it's show 250. And we're talking Ravens man beater formation today. So today, again, I keep saying today as if it's like a new day. It's not. You can tell by my outfit because I've worn the same thing so far all these shows this week. So we're going to talk about one of the better formations in the game to attack man-to-man coverage. I'll show you why. I think there's 3 elite formations to attack man-to-man coverage in this year's game. And one of them happens to be in the Baltimore Ravens playbook. We can jump right into it. And, of course, I'm going to do it for the fans at home. Because I know you guys like it. Oh, zoom, zoom, zoom. Oops. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Zoom, zoom, zoom. This is so old school. This is old school. You want me to do an old school Madden TV right now? Watch this. How can I do this? Hold on. I didn't do it. Yes! Yes, retro. Retro. We're going retro up in here. We don't need these fancy graphics, right? Look at that. That's retro, kids, right? Kind of hard to tell, though, isn't it? Kind of hard to see. I mean, if you like the throwback, let me know. Throwback's kind of cool. Retro, I mean, that compared to that. There's a pretty big difference. If you guys remember, wait, I lost it already. No. No. Where is it? There it is. The camera one. So, the show used to look like this. Right? Remember those days? And a lot of guys have said, Gibbs, bring it back. Bring back the old school. I mean, if you want, I could do the old school zoomy zooms. I mean, every once in a while, I'll give you the good stuff like this. But that's what it used to be, boys and girls. That's, I mean, quite an upgrade. But, without further ado, we gave you a zoomy zoom. But now let's get down to business. Let's get down to the good stuff. Let's get down to why this formation here in the Baltimore Ravens playbook is one of the best formations to attack man-to-man defense in Madden NFL 2013. So the formation is gun ace twins, and again, I said there's 3 formations I think are elite for attacking man-to-man coverage. Excuse me. You have gun ace out of the Patriots playbook. You have gun ace twins out of Detroit and Baltimore. I don't know. It might be another formation playbook. I'm not 100% positive. And then you have the gun-heavy Panther out of the Carolina playbook. Now, I say that because having the tight ends unbumpable, 2 guys, and then a motion guy to get unpressed as well, is very difficult for 2-man under to defend against, and we'll show you here in a second. So you might be saying, well, why not ace? Why isn't ace, single-back ace good? And I would say it's good, but it's under center, and over the course of time, I think under center it's an acquired taste. You have to have your reads down. It's difficult to run under center. It is, and I think it's easier for people to play in shotgun. You can get your pass protection down easier than you can in ace. So let's take a look though at the play I personally think you should come out in. And it could either be halfback slip screen. I would say use the slip screen more so as a filler play. So like when you know they're really heavy blitzing you, maybe I would check down to the halfback slip screen. But overall, I would say the play you should be coming out in is the X spot. And I'll show you why here in a second. So let's take a look what I mean by the tight ends and line of scrimmage pressed. So what I mean by that is take a look at this. So tight ends in this game aren't pressed, and that's something we know. So let's take a look at what that means also. So I'm in 2-man under. So these guys should be jamming everybody on the field. So we'll take a look. I've run those streaks. If I run streaks, we'll see everyone that should be getting pressed should get pressed. So you see the streaks. Let me line him up better over Jimmy Smith. Oh, go back there, Jimmy. Come on, Jimmy. There we go. So on the streaks, you can see the outside guys get pressed, I'll throw it away. Hopefully I have enough time in the instant replay so you can see that. I should have got the 4 gig. Shouldn't have gotten the 4 gig, guys. You know what I mean? So look at you have Smith and Bolden out wide getting jammed off the 2-man down there. But take a look at Ed Dixon. Will not get pressed, so free release. And take a look at Dennis Peterbread, free release. So you might be wondering, ask Sgibs, why the heck does that matter? Well, for one, I want to show you this. Let me go into a different formation and show you. Let's just go to I know I'm struggling. I was looking for a single back tight, but let's go to, say, this formation. Let's go to this. So say I wanted to run dual slants, you know. Pretend Jones and actually that's Pita, so I don't think he'll get pressed because he's tight end. Gosh darn it. No. Go Raven empty. We'll try this. So say you wanted to run double slants here to RB and to Ray Rice. So what ends up happening is, in 2-man under, they get jammed to the line of scrimmage, and then see how the defender plays underneath? That's why I'm saying that 2-man under is the best coverage in the game, because you can't beat 2-man under with simple slants and drags, because on that slant, they're going to jam the receiver at the line of scrimmage, and then they're always going to be underneath them, tight coverage like that. There's no room to throw that slant. Maybe like there. I don't know. I mean, it's not like it used to be where it didn't matter. You know, if you play press coverage, you have a chance to beat that animation. So, but what happens here is, see how Brown is in perfect position to defend that slant? So it makes it very difficult to beat 2-man under, because even if I ran drags here, they stick to them like glue. So and that's what happens a lot right there, is you get the pick. I had the other guy open, but I wanted to make a point there. Many times when you run dual drags, I'm sure you guys have experienced this, that when you run the dual drags in this year's game, the defenders stick to them underneath, and you get those underneath picks like that. You think that Jones was open, but because the defender has a trail technique, they play underneath the receiver, you get those underneath picks so often, and it's really frustrating. This is something that we all had to relearn this year about these drags and 2-man under. That's why I think 2-man under is such good coverage, because it takes away slants. Now it also takes away the zig patterns that we all love. So take a look at the zigs. So what ends up happening is they make the defender or the receiver get outside release. So there's the zig. Now look how long it took for the zig to develop because of that slow release. So that's part of the problem with 2-man under. Why do we say we need a formation like Gun Ace Twins? Well, number one, we know, unless there's a manual bump, that we're always going to get, I mean, even if I could push McLean there, it wouldn't matter. Unless there's a manual bump, we know that our tight ends are going to get clean looks off the line of scrimmage. So what that means is, if we run dual drags here, that means I know I'm going to get great separation on these drags. Not on that one, clearly. That was a bad example, clearly. Let me show you again. We know that we could run slants like this. We can run zigs. And what ends up happening is they don't have the underneath coverage technique. And let me go back to instant replay there. I want to show you what that means. So take a look at this. Remember before we ran that slant, and where was the defender? Where was he? And they run into each other. You probably don't want to run double slant, to be honest, because you're going to get that result. They're going to run into each other. But remember where the defender was? Look, the defender was below Dixon, and that's a problem, because then you don't have a passing lane to the receiver. So that's a huge problem against 2-man under, right? But now, when you do it to these tight ends, you're going to ensure yourself that you have the underneath passing lane, that you have a window now to throw. Now you see why that slant now is huge for us. So let's take a look at that again. So see how he had see how the defender, it doesn't look like much, guys, but see how the defender is over the top of Dixon. Dixon has inside position. That means we have a passing lane. If the defender's underneath Dixon, there's no passing lane for us to throw to. And what works really well out of these formations are these zig patterns. They're not going to get pressed, but they do a great job at beating man-to-man under the outside. So what I'm going to recommend to you from this one play is that you do a combination of drags, slants. See how the separation there that time? And wow, Flacco just really missed that throw. What's up with that, Nick? So you see the separation that we got there. See now, look at that. Jimmy Smith still beat it. I don't know if it's Pita or if it's Flacco that's making the throw. That's missing this throw. So the separation, there it is. And you're going to get that consistently from this formation, and that's the key, is that you have consistent reads that you can rely on. What I also like is the double fades, because you know they're not going to get pressed, so you have the potential for inside position pass leads like you just saw there to Dennis Pita for completions. Now, to make this play combo it and make it great, we come out in the Z-spot play because we know that B pattern is absolutely going to roast man-to-man coverage on the outside. So snap, and he gets to the sideline. So you see how that works in combination with the underneath zigs. Now, we could also do the following. Hot route, Bolden to an out, Dixon to a drag, and Pitta to a drag, or a fade, or whatever you want. Some type of combination of these routes that you think are going to get open. Then you place Smith here on a fade, motion Smith over, snap before he gets to the tight end box. He gets inside release, and then you're looking to get that right there. It's very similar to what we used with the gun spread. So here it is again. Show you again. So now we're going to do double zig to the tight ends. Try to get inside release. Oh, nothing's open. Oh, I got the zig wide open over there. So you're seeing how we're taking an unbeatable defense and we're making it very beatable by utilizing these tight ends on the line of scrimmage that aren't being pressed. Let's also not forget that you have like basically a 7-man offensive line to run a halfback draw from, which I love the halfback draw out of this, because you can motion over Smith, and now you have 8 guys blocking for you in the immediate box on the field. So it's a great way to run halfback draws. Now, what you could also do from this formation is the following. I like to do this a lot as well. Motion out Rice, put him on an out, Bolden on an out, Smith, something along these lines. 2 outs, 2 zigs, inside pass lead. So, Rice, bang, throw the out, bad out. Rice didn't take a nice out there for me. Let me do that again. Motion over Rice, put him on an out, get him over there, snap, he breaks the sideline. That didn't work, and I'll tell you why that didn't work. Because he didn't press him. So what ended up happening was he stayed in his trail technique. So he goes out. I'd rather him press here in this situation. Gets out. As soon as he breaks the sideline, that's when I throw it. And Flacco's struggling on that throw. Can he make it to the other side? Can he make it to Bolden? Bolden? There you go. See, that's what you're looking for, that separation. Maybe it has something to do with Ray Rice's route running. I'm not sure. But that's how you're going to want to attack man-to-man coverage, guys, from this formation. A combination of these drags, these slants. I think Flacco just doesn't have the juice or something. I don't know. It's like it's taking him forever to get that ball there. Like, he's open there. Throw it. Like, throw it to him. That's frustrating. It must be tough to be a Flacco fan. It must be tough to be a Flacco fan. He's just not getting the ball there. I don't trust that drag right there with Flacco. I do trust this, though. The zig. I trust the zig all day. It's like he has a slow release or something. Maybe, I don't know. I'm used to playing with Aaron Rodgers, so maybe that's part of the problem. But, guys, show 250, the Baltimore Ravens quick pass formation. Remember, old school right here. Or not quick pass, man beat. Old school look right there. Boom, with the zoomy zoom. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Zoom, zoom, zoom. I like that I'm bringing back a zoom, zoom. But as always, guys, show 250, you and me. We are changing the Madden community, and we are doing it one snap at a time.